Oh, I don't wanna lose your love tonight. Oh, I get a little bit older. I don't wanna lose your love tonight. It's ever so much far away. It's so a little bit older. I can't really sit for long to say. I see yourself get a little bit older. I don't want to lose your love tonight. Whoa, whoa. Ah, written in the stars. Welcome to Worst Impressions. I'm your host, Eric Anderson, and I'm running a little bit behind this week. We're all alone in the studio. No one's calling in today. No one's with me. I'm rawing this. I'm all alone in the studio today. Whoa. And some of you may hate this. Some of you may love this.
Are you married?
Yes, I am. Nikki, thank you for asking. Are you gonna lose your love tonight? Welcome to Worst Impressions. And we're back. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. Yeah, so I've been toying with the idea of doing a solo show, solo pod. It was a scary idea at first. So I'm just gonna jump right in and do it. It's gonna be a lot of ramblings of a madman. Just me. Shooting the shit with myself, stream of consciousness, I guess. Stream of consciousness. A little bit of Bill Clinton. I'm gonna have to take moments and breathe. Just me talking, I'm not gonna have a second to gather my thoughts. The election was recently, and I don't want to make this a political show at all. But fuck! What the fuck is happening? Jesus. We voted in an absolute psychopath. I guess I'm going to have to smoke some weed and think this over. Oh my God. But at least we got Matt Gaetz. He's in there. He's, as far as I know, he's really good with kids. How do I feel about this? How do I feel in general? I feel weird. And moving on from the politics. I feel weird. I feel as if, I don't want to say I'm hitting a lull, but I'm at a point where I'm in the thick of doing this show. This is the gauntlet era where it is just keep pushing, until something in algorithms takes hold, and it might not ever, This might be an extremely micro niche show which is fine. It's fine because I love doing it. I love this. What gets me, what demotivates me, or what unmotivates me is like, is if people really hate it, and I can't really tell. You know, I do get positive feedback, and I think my expectations are just like, well, if 1 million people aren't listening to it, then people must hate it. But that's not true. I assume. But yes, then I get back to, it's the gauntlet time. It is the pushing up a hill, a crazy tall mountaina that I must overcome, get to the peak. And the peak could be 1,000 average listeners. It could be 500 average listeners. And that's fine. That sounds great. Anything at this point would be spectacular. But yeah, no, the only thing that worries me is like, maybe people don't like it. But I don't know. I do get in my own head. I have a lot of anxiety, a lot of mental health problems. Clowns. Honk, honk, honk. I can't do the clown noise. Honk, honk, honk. Oh, Christ. Yeah. Clowns. Clowns are, yeah, so I never wanted to be a clown. There's a lot of things in comedy, performance, and the combination of the two. And one of the big all-time ideas was clowning. And there's clown college. There's famous comedians that have done clown college. Not saying that I'm trying to be a comedian. I think I just want to be. I just want to make it. I just want to make my own show. I just like making my own thing here. But anyways, back to clowns. Clowns are interesting. I like the idea of the traditional non-scary clowns, but I do not like the scary clowns. The scary clowns are just scary. How is the show doing? How is the show doing overall? Let's take a look at it. We're doing pretty well, I'd say, for a show this size and for doing it this long with no previous social media activity on my part before this show. Basically starting from zero comparatively to other shows that are on my like analytics stuff. I think we're doing pretty well. I can't shit on it. Even though I want to, because I love doing that. I love punching at myself. Using myself as my own punching dummy. You can't run fast, son. You can't run fast, so you're going to just have to walk the mile. You guys remember having to run the mile? God, I remember it. Brutal miles. Brutal singular miles. Not even multiple. Just 1 mile was horrific. By the time I got my shit together and I could, in my early 20s, run more than a mile, no one was clocking me then. But in fucking middle school and high school, then that's when they were clocking me, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it then. But then when I could do it, they didn't care anymore. No one was looking for it. So, I just had to pat myself on the shoulder, I guess. What direction do I want the show to go? That's a good question. That's a good question indeed. The show, it's so here's what's interesting about the show. When somebody asks me, what is it about? I don't know what to tell them. You know, I tell them there's a through line. It's called Worst Impressions. There's a through line. It's called Worst Impressions. And you can come on here, do a voice. I ask you questions. I interview you. And we do impressions of characters. And I try to work in at least a line or two an episode, whether it's me or a guest, doing an impression or a voice of something. But that is just a light through line to get where we're going. Because really, I just want an outlet. An outlet to do whatever it is I want to do. If I want to do Wimpoween, I can do Wimpoween. If I want to do battle royales, talking about battle royales, talking about swords. I do like talking about swords. You know, there was a time in my life where I was doing stage combat a lot. I was training with stage combat. And what that means is like in a play or even in a TV show, when you're not using like a stunt person, and even stunt people learn this too. But it's like it's how to fake a fight in a show. And so some of them, you know, you're like the old swashbucklers, the pirate movies, you're going to be using swords. And I loved learning how to use a sword and make it look dramatic, because it's not practical fighting. It's not legitimate, real fighting, but it is how you can dramatize, make it special and sparkly. Sword fighting, fist fighting, you know, sword and shield was super fun. Big two-handed weapons. You got certifications. All my certifications are they're out of date now, but man, I was doing them. I was trying to do them all with the Society of American Fight Directors. That was fun. That was a fun time. I do like that stuff. You know, talking about this, it seemed like there's part of the audience, obviously, part of my audience knows who I am, and that's why they listen. But some people come in for like other guests, and they don't know who I am. And if they're listening to this episode, I guess I should tell a little bit about myself. Well, who am I? Who is Eric Anderson, host of Worst Impressions? Who am I? Well, I was born in 1975. No, just kidding. Was born in Temple, Texas. Raised here. Raised in Waco, Texas, China Springs specifically. China Springs, Texas. And went up through school. I didn't do any sports. I just did choir. I was a choir kid, a choir queer, as they say. And then a theater kid. But in theater, you know, it's more, well, theater and choir. It's more like you're one of those kids, you know. So yeah, then I went to McLennan Community College. That was fun. Here in Waco, Texas. McLennan. And I did a lot of theater there. And that's where a lot of my guests are from. McLennan Community College. Because it was a good place. But specifically, the McLennan Theater program. It was spectacular. It was very impressive. And I thought, I was looking through rose-colored glasses because that's where I was. But then when I went to other colleges after, when I was transferring and looking at other ones and stuff, I was like, the program we got in the McLennan Community College is pretty good. Pretty damn good for a community college. So that's that. Then after that, I did a bunch of years there, swapped over my degree and got my degree and got a degree in business administration at Tarleton University. And that is a degree you get when you just want a vanilla degree that means nothing, it seems, in the eyes of an employer. But anyways, no, it was fine. I was kind of, moving it in tandem. I was working at HEB, gonna move up the ladder at HEB and go into management. Gonna be a manager at HEB. I was a low-level manager at first. But then, my brother was talking about working at the post office. And I was like, post office? Interesting you'd say that. And we were looking at how much they got paid, and I was like, holy schmoly. Let me take a look at that. That's like, that's more than I'm getting paid as a manager. This is just entry level, But it was a lot of work. All the reviews said it was a lot. It was a lot of work, a lot of physical labor, yada, yada, yada. So I let him apply first and let him get started. And after he went in there, he was showing me what it was like. I was like, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do that. And I had already met my wife at the time. I was like, so maybe I should make some more money. You know what I'm saying? Like, something fell. You gotta make some more money, I gotta, take care of me and my girlfriend at the time, And the interview for the post office and my interview for the next level up at the manager position, I shit you not, was on the same day. And so I had to choose which one I was going to go to, because I couldn't go to both. The timing was not going to work. So I made a choice. I was like, I'm going to go with the one with the more money up front. And that was the post office. And that's where I've been for 7 years? 7 years or more now. Working for the postal system. United States Postal Service. It's a good job. It's a fun job. It was hard at first. The first couple of years were absolutely painful. There was different rules when I started as there is now. Very, very difficult. I would not do it again. if I went back and I would not put myself through that again because it was so fucking hard. I'm talking about 60, 70-hour weeks every week as a newbie, getting all the slop, getting the stuff that nobody up top wants to do, which is fine. You got to pay your dues at first, but holy shit, it was hard. Now it's starting a new job there is not as hard. They take it a little bit easier on you because the turnover rate was so high back then. We just stuck it through for the money, you know. And so yeah, and over the years, that's just what I was doing. And then I was like, you know, I need to do something on the side to keep my creative juices flowing because I wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't doing anything creative. I was just working so much all the time. So I decided to start this after, what was it? I guess 6 years. I was like, you know, I should start something like that. Podcasting. And I should do that. What is it gonna be about? First, it was gonna be about, you know, first my first idea. And nobody steal this from me. It was gonna be called Popcorn Spiracy. And it wasn't going to be about traditional conspiracies. It was going to be about, I was essentially just going to slander celebrities and politicians for a podcast. I was just going to be like, yeah, so every episode would be something different like this. On this episode, Kim Kardashian was seen milking two aliens from Uranus into a jug and then bathing herself in alien milk. Just complete fabricated nonsense. And I was like, that is going to be exhausting. Coming up with brand new conspiracies every episode from scratch that are absurd, which I might do. But also then I got into the whole, if a conspiracy ever from Popcorn Conspiracy ever went off the rails, there is like, I think, legal ramifications for just like, yeah, so George Clooney was seen having sex with like 7 different sheep. And all of these sheep had different names and different haircuts. A sheep gangbang with George Clooney. See, that's, maybe nothing would happen from it, but maybe, you know, I don't want no legal trouble from the Clooney. You know, don't want no legal trouble there. I want to be in the right with Clooney. And Kim K too, you know, the breasts. So that's about me. Yeah, that's who I am. And so yeah, now I'm doing this show and I don't know where to go from here. It's tough. I think one of the hardest parts is reaching out to people to come onto the show. Because I could have the same people on over and over, and I'm going to try, but I also don't want to bug them or annoy them with asking them over and over. So I do also want to like try to keep reaching out to new people, new guests, but my God, it is tough. It's tough to hear no or hear like, you know, it's like, get back to you, you know, and that's fine. Like, you know, they'll get back to me, you know, and it's still so new that I feel awkward. I'm just like, hey, you want to be on a podcast? And it's just like, yeah, sure, I guess. Or what's going to happen to me on there? I'm like, no. I'm going to try to treat you like a celebrity on a late night show. You know, we'll get a little bit dirtier than an average late night show. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. You get to be a celebrity for an hour and a half-ish. But yeah, the networking side is tough because I am not super comfortable reaching out to new people. And I realized, like, as I got more people that I knew on, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to start reaching out to the next outer circle of people that I know, and the next and the next. Should I do episodes where I talk to the audience as if they're a character talking to me while I'm in a character? For instance, should I do an episode where I am an innkeeper? Or no. I'm a shopkeeper. Imagine if you were playing, like an Elder Scrolls game, a Fallout game, and you go to or a Dungeons and Dragons type situation. You go into a shop, and there's a shopkeeper. Welcome. Have a look at my wares. We have fine deals today on enchanted rubies. Would you like a knife imbued with the powers of poison dart frogs? Or perhaps a crossbow with fairy dust on the bolts? The bolts are extra. It wouldn't be that robotic. I would plan it out more, but something like that. I wonder if people would be interested in that. Because I know a lot of ASMR content creators, they will do these role plays where they are a shopkeeper or they are like doing your hair or whatever, and they do it like right to the camera and they're like holding their hands up to the camera. And I wonder if that would be something I should do every now and then. Not all the time. Every now and then. Every now and then I get a little bit closer, but never coming round. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified, and that's all the use of blood. Ba-ba-ba. Every now and then I get a little bit closer. There are times in life where if you feel lost, you grab the nearest thing by the reins, pull it in close, and you tell it, no, not this time. Not this time. You're coming with me. I'm leading this horse to water. To water! You're gonna drink this water. Drink it well. Drink it well. Drink all of the water. Drink until you can't drink anymore. Drink all of the water. Thanksgiving is coming up. I figure everybody needs a pumpkin pie recipe. Here is my pumpkin pie recipe. It's not mine. I'm finding it online. What you need to make this recipe: pie crust, salt, eggs, evaporated milk, pumpkin puree, ginger, brown sugar, nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon. Pie crust. While you can use keep going. How to make the pumpkin pie. Roll a disc of homemade dough into a 14-inch circle. Oh, I should do this in a voice. Well, number one, roll a disc of homemade dough into a 14-inch circle. Line a 9-inch deep dish pie pan, crimp the edges, and freeze the crust for 20 minutes. Number two, line the parchment paper and fill the weights. Fill with weights. Bake for 15 minutes at 425 Fahrenheit. Remove parchment and weights and let cool before proceeding with the filling. Store-bought crusts, like pre-shaped frozen pie shells or Pillsbury pie crust sheets, do not need to be blind baked. 3. In a large mixing bowl, whisk together the sugar, spices, and salt. Number 4. Add the pumpkin and evaporated semen to the mixture. That can't be right. Number 5. Add the segs. Number 6. Whisk until well combined. 7. Pour into the pie shell. 8. You can brush the edges of the pie crust with an egg wash if you desire. Bake for 15 minutes. Reduce the oven a temperature to 350 Fahrenheit. Continue baking until the filling is puffed and jiggles slightly into the center when gently shaken. Remove the pumpkin pie from the oven and let cool completely on a wire rack. And there you have it. The pumpkin pie recipe I hope we will all be using this coming November. It is November, sorry. This coming Thanksgiving. Let's see what's on the news here. Dick Van Dyke, soon to turn 99 years old. That's pretty interesting. 99 years old. How old do I want to live? I think 85. 85 would be awesome. Everything after that would be gravy. It is crazy we have like people in politics that are hitting that, getting close. Whatever. It's not a political podcast at all. We just read a pumpkin pie recipe in 4 different accents. Yeah, 85 seems good. So what is the half? What is halfway there? 42 and a half? So I still got, 12 years to do everything that I want to do in the first half of my life. So let's see what I want to do. I'm going to keep doing this show. I think the minimum I'm doing it forcibly, no matter what, whether I hate it or not, it's 3 years. And we're about at the end of this year, at the end of 2024, we will be at 1 year. 2 more years minimum, I have to do this show. But my goal was to at least hit 5 years and then really assess where it's at. 3 years, I think, at the rate things are going, 3 years in theoretically, based on the only data stuff that I have, 3 years seems like the show would be in a really awesome spot. But that's why I want to go to 5, because like, if I don't get my hopes up, I think that would be a really amazing spot is in 5 years. So yeah, 5 years, that put me at 35. I think that's acceptable for like something that I really want to do, something that is a passion, something that is a good emotional outlet too. So yeah, and I hope, and I'm not a terribly like, motivating or like self-helping to anybody, but if anybody is listening that is wondering what they should do or what they should get done or whatever, start the thing that you've been putting off. Even if you put it off for like years, just do the thing. Because I know I kept making excuses to myself to not make little videos, do X, Y, and Z. I didn't want to seem cringy. I didn't want to embarrass myself. But I don't care. I think if it's eating at you, if you want to do the thing, even if it's not making videos or anything like that, just do it. Carve the table out of wood like a carpenter or build that patio deck. Do the thing. Because when this next president gets sworn in, you might not have long. No, it's a joke, but we'll see. You never know how long you're going to have. I say my goal is 85, but anything can happen between now and 85. So I should just do the thing that keeps bugging me. I should just do that damn whatever the fuck that is. Just do it and get it done and, complete it. The interesting thing about something like this, a show, is that it's never done. It'll never be done. It'll never be done. There's too much to do. So much to do. But I will try. I will give it my best shot to be the best podcast that has ever been made. So hopefully one day, be on the charts of top podcasts of all time. Every day, I'll think of new ways to make you laugh, to make you have fun, to hopefully win over your hearts and your giggle boxes. And hopefully you won't tell me to... Yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. But we'll see. We'll see if I can get there. How long it takes, I don't know. But join me, hand in hand, earbud in earbud, car stereo in car stereo. Turn it up loud for the people in the back, but also have them sign into an account so I have unique individual downloads instead of showing it to your friends in groups, so it's only one download per 5 people. Open up your apps. Open up your Spotify, your Apple Podcasts, and turn that shit on. You don't even have to listen. You can just press play. But if you've made it this far into this episode, you're one of the greats. You're one of the diehards. One of the wimps. One of the big naturals. One of the stinky cums. So join me. Here we go. All together now. Grab a shovel. And I will see you on the other side. Hopefully not in death, but in life. Let's grow. So that way one day I could have merch, which would be fun. and do live shows where people can come and participate live. We'll take over the world, one download at a time.